My name is Shannon Valentine with Lanz Sewer Drain Cleaning. Find us at lanzinc.com, or you can Google Lanz. I personally have a little over 21 years of experience in this area, in the sewer and drain cleaning field, and the rest of the team combined has right around 100 years of experience right here in this area.
Okay, Shannon, so what happens when you come out? What's the first thing that happens when someone calls Lanz?
So if you call for a backup, the first thing that we're going to do is as we pull up, we're going to see what kind of property you have. Is your home on a crawl space? Is it on a slab? Is it a basement? Is it a bi-level or is it a tri-level? All of those things will dictate what the best way to access the sewer line to clear a stoppage is. The different kinds of accesses, you may have an outside clean out. If you live on a slab home, you may have an inside clean out in the laundry room somewhere. In the basement or a bi or a tri-level, you may have a basement clean out. And if none of those exist, the next option is to pull the toilet and clean the sewer line out from there. That's probably the least favorite option because there's some limiting factors there, but the best thing to have is an outside clean out.
So what happens if you do find a backup?
If you do have a backup, there are one of three things that have caused it. Either it's tree roots, it was a behavioral issue and that someone flushed something that they weren't supposed to, or the line has structural issues and or is broken. One of the most common causes of sewer line blockages is tree roots.
So what happens if I do have tree roots in my line?
The tree roots grow in through the joints of clay tiles, which is the most common type of sewer. It could be Orangeburg pipe, which is the old type of sewer that's basically tar and paper. You may have a plastic PVC sewer line. The roots typically like to grow in the clay tiles. They just grow in the joints. It doesn't always mean that just because you have tree roots that a repair is mandatory or required. 99% of the time, tree roots can be handled on a maintenance issue. Just once a year, the tree roots are going to grow back probably around every 12 to 18 months. We always recommend that you have them cleaned preventatively instead of waiting for a backup. That way it can be handled on your time and your schedule and without needing to call in some sort of emergency service on Friday night or Sunday morning or anything like that.
So just because I have tree roots, that doesn't mean I need a big repair? Is that right?
Tree roots don't always require repair. Most of the time they can just be cleaned out. We're going to access the sewer line. We're going to clean those roots out. And when we're done, we're going to camera the sewer line. We want to find out what type of material it is, how bad the infiltrations are, if you have any unknown issues with the sewer. There are situations where directional boring companies have bored through the sewer lines. We want to make sure that that hasn't happened. You don't have any problems with sagging tiles or broken or dislocated tiles that aren't connected any longer.
So even if I'm not experiencing a big problem, is it a good idea to have you come on out?
Usually when people call, the first time that they have this situation is the worst because the customer doesn't know what it is exactly that they're dealing with.
So what exactly will like a camera inspection tell someone?
With that camera and our locating equipment, we can understand what the line is made of, where it goes, and how it gets there. Many sewer lines don't do what you think that they might. They may go underneath a driveway, which seems silly, but maybe the driveway was put in at another time. You could have a sewer line that is exceptionally long. There are some sewers that, for instance, would go across your neighbor's yard for whatever reason when they built the housing development. There are several reasons why. If you have a basement and the sewer line goes out underneath the basement floor, that basement's already 6 to 7 feet deep, and so the sewer line has to be even deeper than that. You may have a sewer line that is 12, 15 to 20 feet deep out in the road somewhere. And with our locating equipment, we'll be able to tell you where that goes, how it gets there, and if things are in good working order or if there's some things that might need taken care of. Every sewer line's camera inspected. We want to ensure that we have cleaned it as well as it can be cleaned. We want to tell you what the current condition of the pipe is, what its diameter is, and where it travels. Like I said, someone may have built a shed on top of it or a garage, especially if you live in one of the more outlying areas. There aren't always a lot of resources to tell people where their sewers are when they do that. This is for customers to understand what their line does and how we can make the best decisions for them. For instance, if you have a line that's got some structural issues that are developing. If you're a proactive type of person, maybe you want to take care of those right now and get some cost estimates to repair that because you're going to live here for quite some time. Maybe you just have some tree roots and it's better for you to maintenance those on an annual basis because you're going to live in this house for a shorter amount of time. We wanted to show you what's going on in your sewer. We're going to deliver those videos to you that same day, and we're going to store them on our system as well for future reference.
What are some of the problems that you can find with the camera inspection?
There are several structural integrity concerns that there could be. It could have been bored through. The sewer line might be broken and need to be dug up and repaired. It could be a material that is no longer in good condition. We even find septic tanks. Even in Champaign-Urbana, there are several properties I could take you to now that are still using active septic tanks. Just when the cities came in and brought in the sewers, those homeowners at that time, for whatever reason, they did not convert to the city sewer. Some of your more outlying areas may have converted to sewer systems later and been on septic tank until very recently. So the camera inspections can tell you where that line goes and how it gets there and what type of material it is. There are certain towns in outlying areas where the lots are really large and you may have an excessively long sewer. Most sewer cleaning cables are between 100 and 120 feet long. We can go up to 240 feet if necessary with the cleaning cable, and the camera's going to show us that. We're going to run the cable in there, and then we're going to camera it. We may find out, oh, look at this sewer line actually, instead of going straight out across your backyard 80 feet, actually goes at this steep angle and over to a manhole in the neighbor's yard, and the sewer, instead of being 80 feet straight, is actually 140 feet across the back of the properties.
So if anyone has any questions, where can they find Lanz Drain Cleaning and Underground Solutions?
You can find us at lanzinc.com. You can Google it. You can dial 217-355-5512. Why call anyone else?